Okay, Diego wants to eat, and Enzo as well. And I've got some meat here for them. I'm not going to give it to them the way I always do it. I'm just going to throw it over, well, like that. I don't want to feed them too much. And we've already taken out 2 buckets, but I'm going to save one for tomorrow and give them one now. Right, Diego, there you go. Let me just throw it a little further for Diego, just to get some room between these two. I don't really need it. They don't fight over food, but those marks there is from playing. Now, I don't know if people really realize how capable a tiger is of hurting you. I mean, that is the shoulder of a tiger that is broken like that. Just look at that. Imagine what you would look like if you had to play with Diego. And even if he's nice, just look at it. I can't zoom because my fingers are full of meat juice. But yeah, it's a little bit too much. And the boys are taking it. Let me just give him some more meat over there. Got Smarty Pants over there. And Fabrizio and little Sissy. But actually what I wanted to show in this video is the flies that we are having at the moment. And this is why you can't just chuck a lot of food over the fence and leave it. Now look at Enzo. There is quite a lot of flies sitting on his back. Diego, not that much, but he's also got it. But then we just put down chicken for the cats, and I'm not going to let the cats eat it because it is covered in flies. And yeah, it is not a nice sight, but I have seen this build up now over the last, I'd say, 2 months, how this thing escalated. It starts off with, well, just dirty water, and then you get mosquitoes and all kinds of things. Basically, your basic 10 plagues. And then you have to react because it gets out of hand. And we all know how the last plague turned out. So that's what we want to try and avoid. That's basically the only thing that you have to avoid in life. And yeah, Smarty Pants. I'm not going to throw meat up there. Sorry, not with these flies around. So yeah, that's what this thing is all about. Now I'm going to show you what those 2 chickens that was going to be eaten by the cats look like. And then I'm rather going to wash them clean and give them to the tigers. Yeah, let me show you. Within a few minutes, this is what happens. So you have to, and if you see something that is light in color, like that over there, those are eggs that has been laid there by those flies. And the reason why they did that is they find this meat suspicious. They think that in this temperature, that is a disaster waiting to happen. So those flies are actually doing you a favor by laying those eggs on there, because they are going to hatch and they are going to eat and consume that whole piece of chicken. In other words, they're going to get rid of it. It's very necessary because we're trying to avoid that last plague. And Enzo, Diego, he's trying to explain to me he wants that chicken now. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rinse it. Let me rinse it and then I'll give it to you. I just want to clean off what I can. So we are interfering in nature, but for a very good reason. And I am going to remove these flies, so that will definitely help. You ever had the problem where your hose pipe is just too short? Always happens. Let me just do it over there. But look at this. This is terrible. And this is fresh. This has just been out here for a couple of minutes. But remember what I said. They are trying to do us a favor. They are trying to put those eggs on here and make sure that this won't be here for the next 2 weeks rotting, because that will definitely be a health hazard. So these flies are actually little soldiers just waiting for something like this to happen, and then they react. They are not always a pest. Even though we might see them as pests, they just might save your life. And we don't want any viruses or anything to, well, breed out right here by the tigers. Alright then, so let me just inspect it nicely. I'm just gonna there as well. That's why I'm not gonna put the food down for the tigers. So we have to keep on adjusting until we get it right. Right, Enzo, are you ready? Here it comes, ready or not. What a catch. And Diego, come on Diego, while there's not one fly on it. There you go. He's got it, a growl, Diego. There it is. And he's done. Yeah, so I think it's going to be necessary to speak about this, to tell people about those blades that you do get. And it all starts with dirty water. If there's dirty water somewhere or pollution, well, you will probably have to clean it up and prevent it, because we all know there was frogs, and then there was, well, all kinds of things, from flies to mosquitoes, even hail. Now I remember the hail on the 2nd of November. I had it, and then, well, the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It just carries on one after the other. And we don't really have a problem with pests under the animals, but I am starting to think that those 3 days of darkness was probably because eyes were shut. Now, you might not know what I'm talking about, but maybe you do. And I have seen some of the cats with their eyes being affected. And now we've got all these butterflies coming over South Africa, and they are probably going to be doing the job of the locusts and lay eggs on the crops. That's going to become little worms, larvae, whatever, and they are going to consume everything. So all those things are still in play, and it needs to be addressed. You have to build it up to a point where you know now it's becoming unsafe, and then correct it as soon as possible. Now we all know that at the end it's death, and that should be the reason why we have to investigate this. We have to let nature take care of any virus, because that's the only place it can happen. I mean, our whole country, and I'm talking about thousands of square kilometers, were covered by butterflies, and those butterflies were consuming something. And I've just noticed that we did not have much mosquitoes left. Now, I'm not one to say that butterflies eat mosquitoes, but I just think they did, and they did us a huge favor. But now we're on to the next thing, and I think we're gonna have to make sure that no meat, especially for the next few months, are lying outside rotting, or any of your own meat that you are going to consume. It needs to stay frozen until you cook it. It's a very, very serious thing. I think that summer that we are experiencing this year is right on par with all those things that can happen, and that will be a very, very bad thing. Luckily nowadays we've got refrigerators, we've got deep freezers, we've got all kinds of things, and we can take care of it. So yeah, we are basically living with these plagues, but we can take care of it. It should be fine if we do what is right. Well, that's it. They ate Diego. A nice growl. Beautiful Diego. But no, I can see you've had enough to eat, and I'm not going to give any that's going to stay over. Look at that. There's already 2 or 3 little pieces of meat that I'm going to rinse now before you can go and eat them. Well guys, that's it. Let me rinse those little pieces, show it to the tigers, maybe they can even consume that, and we'll be rid of it. Thanks for watching. Hope you get something from that, and like always, have a great day.